Hello, welcome back to another Workshop Wednesday here at the Ichthyon Forge. Today we're going to be focusing on this knife again. Handle slabs are all glued up, ready to go. So we're going to be spending some time at the 2x72 and then hand sanding and these sorts of things. All kinds of fun. I'm sorry it's very windy, so I'm recording all of this as much as I can under my carport, hoping that you're not hearing a whole lot of wind right now. If you are, I apologize for that. What I'm going to do, I'm going to shut up for now. You know me. Get the grinder set up, get my PPE on, and we're going to start grinding. I just wanted to shoot this real quick. Maybe you can see that on my hand, all that yellow junk. That's the South right now. That's the beautiful state of North Carolina right now. All of that is off of my flat table here from a grinder. And it's all over everything. This is the truck over here. Yesterday I came out, that window was, I hadn't driven the truck just yesterday, that's all. I drove it the day before. That window was so thick and yellow or green, you'd have thought I let it sit there for a month. Welcome to North Carolina right now. And let me finish setting up this grinder. I like to get a good thick layer here because I always end up hitting the blade after I've got all that sanding done, and it's not easy to sand that area. All right, we're gonna mask back up and get back to it. hand's hot. All right, so I'm going to get it set up. This next one, you might hear a lot of wind. I hope not. It seems to have settled a little bit. But I'm going to go out here to the table, clamp this up in the vise or somehow, and we're going to start bringing this down with hand sandpaper. It's starting to feel pretty good in the hand, but it's a little bit fat still. Kind of like me. We're working on that. 150 grit here. $220. $400 grit. And finally 600 grit. A couple of deep scratches here. I got to go back and get those. Back to 600. I don't know. I think it looks pretty good. What do you think? I think I'll hit it with some tung oil. That'll take probably the remainder of the day. I didn't like that mark. Alright, so yeah. You'll see this again shortly. Can you see the greenish tint on my antimatter blue truck? Wonder why I got snot flying everywhere. Sorry, I'll probably edit that out. Or not. Alright, so I pulled the tape off of it this morning and I found out I got a problem. Come here and I'll let you see what we're looking at. Okay, so right in here, our epoxy bled through, and I didn't catch that. That was under tape. So it went under the tape and got on the blade. So I have options. I can take my razor and scrape that and run a very serious risk of scratching the blade. You know what? I really don't feel like sanding that blade anymore. Sorry, but I don't. Or I could take acetone and rub it into here, which I have a brand new can of acetone. Remember earlier I said I need new acetone. So I got some. And but I can run it in here and hopefully soften this up and wipe it away, or peel it away or something. But the risk I run there is of the acetone getting under the handle slab and loosening it. That's the chance I'm gonna take. We'll see how it works. Let's go ahead and just get the new can open somehow. These new cans are always a pain in the backside to open. But I have ways. I'll be right back. I'm going to have to cut recording a little short today because my camera didn't charge. It was my fault that it didn't charge, so anyway, it didn't charge. Hope you can see this. See, that's actually melting a lot of that away, which is good. try to keep it tilted downward to keep the acetone flowing away from the handle slab. Yeah, that's cleaning up. Just the toughest spots are still there, and I don't expect them to last very long. Ah, see? Told you. Almost completely gone. So what do? I grab my knife to try to get that off when I said I don't want to sand this blade again. Now I put a scratch in there that there's no possible way I can get out, but no possible way without completely destroying what I've already done. So that little tiny scratch is going to stay there, and possibly that one too. Alright, so should have just been a little more patient, honestly. It was working. Alright, so oh, there's more. There's more. But wait, there's more. Like them genuine faux diamonds back in the 70s and 80s. If you're too young to understand what I'm talking about, look it up. Genuine faux, F-A-U-X, diamonds. You can get back with me on what faux means and you'll get the joke. See how quickly it's taking care of that blob there? If I'd have just been patient on the blade, on the flat, it would have done the same thing. Alright, well that's done. Tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to go ahead and run the buffer over this. Then we'll, which I'll do that off camera. Then we're going to get the sheath made. I'll do that on camera. So, yeah, I'm going to go ahead and put the camera up for a little while because it needs to charge. Alright, well, now we're ready to sharpen. I'm going to ask forgiveness in advance for all the sniffing and snorting you're going to hear me do. We are still under siege here in the south from the pollen. Even though today started out near freezing, I didn't stop the pollen. So anyway, I've got 220 grit paper here. The main area that I need to sharpen is, well, this whole belly area here. The tip's fairly sharp. We've got a nasty burr anyway. Let's see what we can do. As it turns out, I'm sorry about the wind, but anyway, as it turns out, I don't have any more footage of that knife. I apologize for that. I think we got into some bad weather or something. I did everything inside and didn't video it. But anyway, I do have a picture at the end, and we'll do better on getting glamour shots of the projects at the end of it. I'm looking at my thumb because I already cut it this morning on a blade that I'm not even working on quite yet. But anyway, stay tuned for that video. It's coming out soon. Well, it's in the works. Let's put it that way. So anyway, I want to thank you for coming along on this. I want to thank you for your support of the new Workshop Wednesday format that I'm doing. There's going to be a lot more Workshop Wednesdays than there will big project videos, just because they're easier to put out. But the next one I'm working on that I'm going to go light up the forge in just a minute. I don't know if it's going to be Workshop Wednesday or not, because it's a mostly completed blade. Well, the blade's done. I just need to do the fittings. That could be a regular big project. We'll find out. Anyway, just come along for the ride and you'll find out when I do. Anyway, we'll catch you next time.